It is the penultimate round of Super Rugby Aotearoa, and the Hurricanes are looking to keep their season and their chase of the Crusaders well and truly alive tonight when they take on the Chiefs, who are still yet to get their season underway, and they are in their final outing of 2020. Hello everyone and welcome back along to your home of rugby and the Super Rugby Aotearoa matchup of the weekend. The Hurricanes versus the Chiefs in round 9 of the competition. In tonight's matchup, it is two teams with very different circumstances, as Hurricanes chasing the Crusaders, keeping that slim hope of a title chance alive as they take on the Chiefs tonight, who, like we said before, are still struggling their way to their opening victory of the season. This is the final time we will see the Chiefs as well, so hopefully for their sake we can see them go out with a bit of a bang in a fiery storm against this Hurricane side. So taking a look at the two lineups for tonight's matchup, kicking things off in the front row, Ben May, Dane Coles and Tyrell Lomax will be 1, 2 and 3 for the home side, and up against them will be Oliver Norris, Samasoni Takiaho and Nipo Laulala. Moving into the second row, it's that consistent connection of James Blackwell and Scott Scratton up against Naktoa Akoi and Mitchell Brown for the Chiefs. Into the back row, it's once again Reed Principe, Duplessis Karifi and Artie Savia holding that back line together for the home side, where it's going to be Luke Jacobson back from injury, Sam Kane, and of course Peter Gus Sowakula wearing that number 8. The battle in the halves will see TJ Perenara go up against Brad Weber, with Jackson Garden Bishop taking on the youngster Caleb Trask. Moving on to the left wing, and it's going to be Wes Houston and Sean Wainui. In the midfield, Nangialau Maupe up against Alex Nankiville and Peter Umanga Jensen against Anton Leonard Brown. On the right-hand side of the team, it is Corbus Van Wyk back for the Hurricanes and Sean Stevenson, who is 14 for the Chiefs. At fullback, it's a battle that we are looking forward to seeing. Geordie Barrett, who has changed this Hurricanes team, will take on the electric Damien McKenzie, both in that number 15 jumper. A very exciting lineup named for both of these teams tonight. Looking at the two benches, and there's plenty of ammunition for both sides to come off those reserves. Asafo Aumua is one you've got to look out for the Hurricanes, and is welcome back again to Kane Laupepe, who will be at 19. Of course, Jamie Booth will be electric when he comes on to the field, and Jonah Lowe is a name we haven't seen in this Hurricanes team for some time. On the Chiefs side, once again, Angus Tarvell is the man who will really shore up that front row. And through the rest of the Chiefs reserves, we can see plenty of names that have been here before for the Chiefs. Va'ai and Karpik have been fleetingly in and out of this Chiefs side. And then through the backs, it's Quinta Paya and Kenny Naholo, who we see for the first time wearing 23. An exciting future for another name well known in New Zealand rugby. The kickoff is about to get underway. Let's get down to the action for the Hurricanes versus the Chiefs. So it'll be the Hurricanes doing their kicking off tonight. They're playing in their home yellow strips, and of course the Chiefs, they're on the road. They're playing in their away strips today. The light blue and the white is underway. We go from Jackson Garden Bishop. And it's nicely fielded down there by the Chiefs. Turn over quickly, and here come the Canes, firing it back left and right before Laumape takes his first hit up of the night for the Hurricanes. Perenara away nicely. Lomax, they switch it out to Van Wyk. And the big South African on the right wing makes a little few inroads. He's a little run down the sideline. A little bit interesting there from Duplessis Karifi, as he just puts a foot in touch, trying to strive his way down into the 22. A little bit of an early escape there for the Chiefs, as now they've got the line out. Takiaho to throw in into the middle of Mitch Brown it goes. Now they fire into the back line, and running hard is Anton Leonard Brown, straight and direct at his opposite midfielders. Here's a quick ball to Weber. Sowakula, nice offload to Sean Wainui. Wainui down the land, steps inside, and will go past Barrett. The foot race, 14 on 15. It is Sean Wainui that starts off with a storm for the Chiefs. Blockbusting run by Sean Wainui down the left wing. Showed him the left shoulder. Geordie Barrett at the back, and left him for dust. Bang, off the left foot, pivots on the inside, throws the dummy. Barrett grasping at straws, can't quite reel him in. And the pace of Sean Wainui and the agile abilities of the left winger get the Chiefs on the board early through the left side attack. Well, Barrett had him by a whisker of pace, but just could not get close enough to reel him into the tackle. And an extremely good start by the Chiefs and Sean Wainui with individual brilliance to put his team up on the scoreboard first. Damien McKenzie, of course, with the kicking duties for the Chiefs tonight. He's got a big battle ahead of him up against Geordie Barrett, who's had the worst of the starts of the 2-15s. It's 7-0 early. The Chiefs lead over the Hurricanes here at the Cape Town Sky Stadium, where we have quite a matchup on our hands here. The Hurricanes with that aspiration to take on the final week with a chance of winning the title. They need to win this one to keep it alive and well. Suakula away to the base before he finds it away to Sam Kane, and he divots away to the left side and throws a forward pass. Looking for Sean Wainui again. He's thrown it in front of the man. We won't even get to see a replay of how bad that one was. But it will be a scrum feed to the Hurricanes as the home side look to get back into this game and on the board for the first time. Adi Savia. Look out for him to run this one off the back. Perenara. Oh, this is a big scrum. Late from the Chiefs. They get a bit of momentum. And Weber's got it now. Here's Wainui once more. He's a danger man. Look out. Outside their 22. Weber to Takiaho. Nice little play down the left for Nankiville. He goes for the kick. Instead of keeping the ball alive, he goes into the 22 of the Hurricanes. Where's Houston's back? Oh, where's Houston? Is hit hard. Gets a rush kick away, which just slowly wobbles its way into touch. Great chase from the Chiefs, and they are well and truly on top of this Hurricane side. Nice and early here after the first 17 minutes. Takiaho with the lineouts. If they win this, they could really put pressure on, but it's stolen brilliantly from Scott Scrafton, and wide go the Hurricanes. Corvus Van Wyk with another run up against Wainui. This time he passes in. Adi Savia in centre field. He's a dangerous, strong runner of the ball. And he sets it up for the Hurricanes right on the 10-metre line, Chiefs side of halfway. Perenara goes short. There's room here for Lomax. He finds his head. Garner Bishop, who takes the gap and brilliantly slides through, but he's been wiped out here. Referee is blowing up. Damien McKenzie has wiped out Jackson Garden Bishop. And what do they do here? The Hurricanes, surely 3 on the option is the way to go. Right in front, Geordie Barrett to step up. And Damien McKenzie, lucky to still be on the field. They look nasty from the little glimpse we did see of it. Here is Barrett. Easy kick, he slots it between. It's 7-3. Barrett gets his mojo back after missing an early chance on Wainui. Now he's got points on the board for his team. And the side is changing. And the momentum, a bit of a shift now towards the Hurricanes. Here is Caleb Trask getting us back underway. Deep kick down towards Hurricanes territory, and that is nicely taken from Perenara. Good kick chase though, once again from the Chiefs. Here's Karifi, a huge pass out to Van Wyk. He's still got Umaga Jensen on his inside. Corbus up against McKenzie. Oh, what an offload of the tackle! And away will go Peter Umaga Jensen. Well-deserved try, and just like that, the momentum has well and truly shifted in the favour of the Hurricanes. What a brilliant try from one of the real standouts of the last few weeks, Peter Umaga Jensen. Corbus Van Wyk, this was brilliant. He took out McKenzie, timed that pass to absolute perfection. And away went Umaga Jensen, away from Weber, who tried to slice him off in the corner from their own 22. This was magical by the Hurricanes. Watch how well he timed that, going backwards in the tackle. A very good tackle as well from Damien McKenzie. And Wainui chasing, Brad Weber chasing as well. Not enough to stop this youngster, Peter Umaga Jensen, who has really stormed on the scene in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Well, it was only 15 minutes or so ago that Geordie Barrett had his head in his hands in his disappointing defensive efforts. Now he's got a couple of kicks over. 5 points to his name, 5 points to Umaga Jensen, and it is his side, the Hurricanes, who are leading by 3, 10-7 over the Chiefs. Well, that was a flurry of points there from the Canes as Caleb Trask gets us back underway, and a good take from Dane Coles.
Not really
sets it up and a penalty to the Chiefs. Oh, that is a good one. Very well worked to the breakdown there from the Chiefs. And look at this. The youngster Umaga Jensen trying to keep the cool of Dane Coles. As we head our way towards the half-an-hour mark of this match-up, and the Chiefs go for the corner. Caleb Trask getting them 10 out. And a chance to attack now for the Chiefs. Big opportunity here. Takiaho to throw. 9 minutes till the break. Very crucial, very important time of the match here for both these teams. At the front, nicely pulled down from Arkoi. And now it will be Norris. Floats it out to Sam Canis. Oh, great line there from Nankiville. He took it on, cutting back in. Here's Weber. Going close to the line is Brad Weber. Oh, big shove there. Turnover Hurricanes. Now they've got a chance to run it back the other way. Ben May was the one that started it. Now it's through Scott Scrafton. Still deep in their own territory. Who's going to get this away? No one, because it's on the left side. Where's Hoosen? Oh, this could be a runaway. Hoosen away from Stevenson. It's a foot race, and it's a little South African who will go all the way. Oh, brilliant by the Hurricanes. No one expected them to run. Everyone waiting for the kick. And where's Hoosen? With a bit of space, a bit of room. He leaves them for dust, and a second try to the Hurricanes is scored. What a brilliant play, deep inside their own territory. We were all waiting for the kick, but it was the forwards who put it up. It was James Blackwell, it was Scott Scrafton, it was the big boys that were rumbling it forward, and then finally, here's James Blackwell, slipping it beautifully to Wes Hoosen. Stevenson didn't get the jump on him. It was Hoosen instead that had the stars, and from there on in, you cannot stop this little general from going all the way. What a performance yet again from Wes Hoosen, who has lifted this team and lifted his own performance in recent weeks. A few standouts really starting to come to the party for the Hurricanes. This man as well, Geordie Barrett, Umaga Jensen, Hoosen, you name them all, they've all stood up recently, and this team has a bright future ahead of it as well. Well, that was sensational by the Hurricanes. And they have good reason to celebrate this at the moment. Here's Trask again, getting the game back underway. Oh, beautifully taken again from Dane Coles. And they set it up on the 10-man line. Perenara opening it up to Laumape. They go back into Garden Basham, who's knocked the ball on there. A bit of an error from the Hurricanes fly half, and the Chiefs get a last chance now to put something on the board themselves. Weber inside ball to Sam Kane. They change directions again. It's Alex Nankiville that takes the tackle and sits him back a couple of metres. Setting up on halfway. Again, the Chiefs look to attack. Left side they go. Here's another chance for Sean Wainui. One to beat and Geordie Barrett, but this time he's equal to the task. And the referee says there is no advantage there. He calls an end to that phase and an end to the half as well. The two teams going to the sheds here with the Hurricanes well and truly in the lead. 17 points to 7 over the Chiefs. Well, an intriguing first 40 minutes it has been. Possession has been the way of the home side by 57% to 43%, but it's territory that has been dead even throughout. Both sides equal pretty much on the tackle count, 13 to 17. Defensive work being shared nicely as had that territorial battle. But the difference at the moment has been the finishing, and it's been the Hurricanes with two brilliant plays from deep in their own half that gives them the lead at the break. Well, back underway. Quickly we go. Trask with a nice little ball up to Red Principe, who relieves Dane Coles of kick-off duties on that occasion. And it waits for Perenara, who runs and changes directions, trying to find a little gap around the breakdown for his team to spark through. Ben May, now he's doing it. Great floating pass out to Laumape, but room! And through went Garden Basham. I thought he might have run that one. It's a kick instead, and it's going to go dead and goal. Looking for that corner. It was a great pass to Jackson Garden Basham. He just could not get the right decision there, I feel. He should have been looking to link up on his left. Crouch. He was through the hole.
Bind.
But instead went for the kick, and now the Chiefs
set.
Take it all the way back for the scrum where he kicked it from, and it's just inside the Hurricanes half. Brad Weber puts it in, and of course, watch out for Peter Gus Sawakula. A strong runner at number 8, but he leaves it this time for Weber, who waits on it, and he gives it into midfield, and now it's Nankiville! Oh, brilliant again! How many times has he run that perfect line and sliced the Canes defence in half? Not enough covering up though, and the Hurricanes do turn it over. Here's Van Wyk slipping it back inside. Lomax as well getting involved. Here's a run from Blackwell. They're all over the place at the moment, the yellow jerseys, and the Chiefs do well to shut it down eventually. Piranara to Karifi, and Duplessis. Karifi has a rear run from him up through the middle of the park. Piranara again, here's Laumape, running straight through, but a beautiful tackle there from Sean Stevenson, shutting him down, but there's room out here. Where's Houston? McKenzie the beat, and the two little men take each other on head to head, and McKenzie runs him down just outside the 22. Piranara hit hard from the side. Sam Kane with a brutal tackle there. Pick and go now from Savia. He's held up in the tackle. Kane's trying to push forward, but eventually Dane Coles pulls it out. Piranara first receiver. Plenty of room here for Laumape as he tries to shimmy his way through the gap. But Ankerville takes him down this time as well. It's all the Hurricanes. Big room here from Principe. Here's Garner Bishop slicing through. Jackson Garner Bishop almost goes all the way. Just 10 short now. Piranara. Oh, what an offload from Piranara. Finds the Savia. Corbus Van Wyk. What are they doing, the Hurricanes? They should have been over twice. And they've lost the ball as well. Chiefs get a reprieve and is kicked away from Nankerville. He finds touch. And what's an absolute shambles from the Hurricanes on attack there. Adi Savia, fearing he was going to go into the dead goal area, threw it back into Corbus Van Wyk, who just got a bit of butterflies in the stomach and threw it away. They shut it down, the Chiefs, and now they've got more defensive work to do, but they survived that little onslaught. Lomax getting a bit fancy, almost losing possession. It waits now for Piranara. Bit of room here. Here's Van Wyk again. He won't give up another chance, but he does. Taking the man on one-on-one. McKenzie again equal to the task. Plenty of yellow jumpers though. They've got to use the support here, the Hurricanes. Laumape! No one in front of him. He charges over. Tries to squash over the one defender of Sean Stevenson. But they get in a tussle. They get in a tangle. And Laumape plants the ball down. So many half gaps tonight for Laumape. This time he takes it to full control. And he is one that just loves to put the tackles in. Look at this. He loves to feel the contact. And he deliberately went for Stevenson. He deliberately said, have a go, mate. Have a chance. I will take you out. Van Wyk with the pass. Watch this. He could have gone under the sticks, but no, he said, take me on. I'll have a go at you, Sean, and try and stop me. Great play. It's typical Laumape. And he gets the try, which is the most important factor. But a little bit of point proving going on there by the inside centre. Here's Geordie Barrett. This one's somewhat blown out. Scoreline now about to 22-7. A kick makes it 24. And a comfortable lead now for the Hurricanes. Heading into the final stanza of this game, a win looks assured. And their challenge at the top of the table will live on for another few hours until the Crusaders take on the Highlanders in tomorrow's matchup. We get back underway. And Karifi takes a kick-off down, finds Ben May, and look at this fancy work at the moment. Jackson Garner Bishop kicks ahead. Laumape's leading the chase. Oh, he's been taken out again. That was a try for Laumape. It was a great kick this time from Jackson Garner Bishop. Just could not get away with it. Another illegal tackle from Damien McKenzie. And this instead will be the shot at goal for Geordie Barrett. It's not as much as they would have liked there, the Hurricanes, but I'll take it and extend that lead out to 20 points. 27-7 is the scoreline. They've exploded in the second half, have the Hurricanes. Really look by far the dominant side. A couple of tries should have gone down. They were stopped in their tracks. As here is Ben May. A good take from him, but a forward pass ruins the chances of that play carrying on.
Crouch.
Well, it's all done and dusted here for a result, isn't it? As we near the... Well, we are in the final 10 minutes now. Just 7.5 to play. Chiefs with a set-piece scrum. Just inside the Hurricanes' half. Looks good so far. They've been aside for most of the scrums, have the Chiefs. Here is Weber. Trask, first receiver, doing his job well, offloading nicely, and now they run it through the midfield. Nankerville getting it away to McKenzie, who injects themselves into the back line. Webber's there, and it's short to Sam Kane. Oh, another high tackle. Has the referee had enough yet? No yellow cards, which is a real surprise. Peter Umaga-Jensen and Damien McKenzie both lucky to be on the field. McKenzie has got it done twice, so it's a real surprise. Here's a chance, down the left-hand side. Oliver Norris, look at him go! The big number one is to try the Chiefs. Eventually they get it done. A couple of lucky last passes, but Oliver Norris, what a rumble by the big loose head prop, but it is eventually the tight head who gets the 5 points. Well, there's the tackle on Kane. It was a tap by Trask, and look at him here. Oh, Norris, go! Down the left wing, bang! Takes on Van Wyk, gives it back to Trask, and he finds on the inside running line the big boy in Nibolalala. Well, it was well worked from the Chiefs. Exposing the outside. Here we watch Caleb Trask. He ran that inside line straight away. Didn't think you'd get there. He had Laumape and Barrett and Piranara right on his shoulders. As soon as he got the ball, he just quickly and swiftly popped it back on the inside. And no one was stopping Laulala that close to the line. And a very good finish by the Chiefs. But once again, it's going to be too little, too late for them as time ticks down into the final minute. And Damien McKenzie adds those extra 2. And he makes it now 27-14. The lead cut back a bit, just to 13 points. But with only half a minute remaining in this one, the best they could possibly hope for would be another 7. That would, of course, get them that bonus point if they could get the conversion. Let's see if they can do something here, the Chiefs. Time is up. Last throw of the dice for the visitors. Here is Brad Weber. Sam Kane getting involved. Look at this from the Chiefs. They're looking a bit fancy as Antonina Brown gets nicely into the action. Up to halfway go the Chiefs. Weber goes short, then Samasoni Takiaho. Oh, that's a big turnover on Jacobson. One of the best at that work in defence. He's been pinned down by the Hurricanes, and now they could finish things off right here, right now, with a shot at goal. Well, that's surprising. Thought they might have looked just to tap and kick to touch. Nothing to gain here for the Hurricanes, but Geordie Barrett, just to add insult to injury, adds another 3. Oh, big kick there from Geordie Barrett. Almost 50 metres back, and he slots it with absolute ease to give a big victory here to the Hurricanes. 16 points, and it was never in doubt. They look good from the second they set foot on the park. The Chiefs started hot, but it swung back, and the Hurricanes never looked back from that point. A clinical display, a very professional display by the Hurricanes, and it will be the Chiefs that go winless throughout Super Rugby Aotearoa. 3 tries to 2, but the penalty goals were the difference. The 3 tries, Wes Houston, Nangileo Mape, and Peter Umaga-Jensen for the Hurricanes, Nipo Laulala and Sean Wainui for the Chiefs. It was Barrett with 3 out of 3 conversions and ditto on penalty goals, 3 of those 2. Damien McKenzie with both of his conversions without a problem. Full-time stats, and it was the Hurricanes that really did just have that edge throughout the game. Possession and territory, both on their sides, but ultimately it was discipline that let the Chiefs down. Those unanswered penalties really do tick up the scoreboard. Without them, it would have only been 14-21, and that is a scoreline that the Chiefs can pick up a win from. It did not help them, giving all those penalties away, and when you've got a sharpshooter that can kick them from anywhere almost on the field like a Geordie Barrett can, you just can't afford to have that happen. Much like most of this season, there was highlights from the Chiefs, but ultimately it was that middle period from the Hurricanes, halfway through the first half to halfway through the second half. That whole middle period of the match is where the Hurricanes dominated. That's where they got their points. They controlled the possession, they controlled the game, and they piled it on too much for the Chiefs to come back. That is it for opening match of round 9 of Super Rugby Aotearoa. Thank you all for tuning and watching. I hope you enjoyed today's matchup as the Hurricanes kept their season alive and that chance, that slim hope that they could topple the Crusaders on the table. Of course, we've got to hope that the Highlanders can do the job tomorrow afternoon against that Crusaders outfit, or we could have a champion already named before next weekend's final round of action. Until then, no, thanks for tuning in and watching. Hope you've enjoyed the game, and I'll see you for our next match. Until then, take care.